Further 24 suspected illegal miners were arrested in Mpumalanga.
It follows Friday's arrest of about 494 other suspected illegal miners at the Sheba Gold Mine in Barberton in Mpumalanga.
Now, over 500 suspected illegal miners appeared in court today.
Police as well as mine security pounced at the site again on Friday, and some are reported to have evaded arrest by going even deeper into the mine. Let's get you more on this story now. Go live now this evening to Mpumalanga. Bring in SABC News reporter Tumelo Machogo, who was in court, Tumelo, as those hundreds of illegal mine workers began to appear in court. Let's start with how many are actually in police custody and how many have actually been able to appear in court today.
Well, in total, Tembekile, there are about 518 illegal miners that have been arrested since Friday. You remember that on Friday night, they actually arrested 494 illegal miners, and also today, they're arresting about 24 of those miners. Only 494 appeared in court this morning because they've already been processed because they were arrested on Friday. So they appeared in court. Some of them are facing charges of the contravention of the Immigration Act and also the possession of gold-bearing materials and also trespassing. Some of the miners have been granted bail, especially those who've got a South African fixed address have been granted 2,000 rand bail. We understand there are just a few of them. The numbers are still coming in because you remember that these miners, they are about 494, so they had to appear in two different courts and coming in with batches of about 50 of them. So, but they only granted bail of 2,000 rand to about let's say about 30 of these miners, but the numbers could rise at any time soon because the prosecuting authority is still trying to consolidate the numbers.
And is the belief, at least from the police, Tumelo, that there are still illegal miners underground? Because when we started watching the story at the end of last week, the police spokespeople were saying at the time that they believed at the beginning of the operation that there could have been up to 1,000 people beneath the ground.
Well, the police are still believing that there are still more illegal miners that are still underground. Remember that when Friday, when they were arresting those miners, they've already cut off their supplies in terms of food, in terms of water. So then when they were arresting those 494, they actually wanted more miners to come to the surface, and some of them actually went even deeper into the belly of the earth. But now today, because of the fact that they don't have enough food supplies, they started also coming to the front and also going into the ground, and also the police now arresting them. The police are saying they're not going to go underground. They will only cut off their supplies so that they can force them to come to the surface. And
there was a great deal of anger outside the court before the case got underway, Tumelo. Community members and women who said they were the spouses or girlfriends or partners, let me say, of some of these arrested men, saying that while they agree that it is illegal to mine in these areas without permission, ultimately they say that this is a crime driven by high levels of unemployment and poverty in the community. So maybe let's pause for a moment and talk about what more we know about the men who are currently in custody, their ages, nationalities, etc.
Well, indeed, Tembekile, the police are saying that the ages could also vary, but they understand that the ages are starting from 14 years old all the way to 65-year-old. But they're saying that they still need to verify those ages. You remember that these illegal miners, most of them, they are foreign nationals. We understand that some of them are from Mozambique, Eswatini, Lesotho, Zimbabwe, and some of them are also from South Africa. So they are saying that some of these miners, especially most of them, they are foreign nationals, and also they still need to verify those ages. But you can imagine a boy of 14 years old found underground at the mine and also being a foreign national. That's a cause for concern, especially for this country. But also the women that we spoke to outside court were saying that, you know, yes, they understand this is crime, but they're also saying that they are able to feed their families with the money that these men, when they go underground, they can be able to feed their families, but also feed the communities around them, because obviously they are using women and other people in the community to buy food from them and also to supply them with water and food, especially when they go underground, because most of the time they go underground for days.
And on the issue of police using the method of cutting off water and food supplies being sent down to the shaft, I want us to bring back some of the pictures that we were just showing now of these men as we're going to have their day before a magistrate, Tumelo, and talk about the condition that some of them were in as they came out to the surface.
Well, very grim situation, Tembekile. They were wearing shorts, they were wearing T-shirts that are dirty. They were, even today, because they haven't taken a bath or haven't taken a shower, they were wearing shorts. Some of them, they don't even have enough clothes wearing on them. So you can imagine, but also they're underground. So the weather underground is much better than the ground here. But when they were arrested and when they start coming underground, they can feel the cold, and also they are wearing clothes that are not suitable for also to go underground and to start mining, because they're not even wearing PPE that is accredited to actually for miners, so for people that are going underground to go underground. So they're just wearing T-shirts, and some of them not even having shoes with them. So you can imagine the situation is dire for these men that have to go underground every day. So the police are believing that it actually could be a syndicate bringing people here and also trying to force them into illegal mining. So there could be human trafficking also taking place at this stage.
And just on that then, how big of an illegal mining problem does Mpumalanga have? Because this is at least, the second big operation as part of Operation Vala Umgodi in the province since the beginning of this year, right?
Yeah, indeed. The problem is huge, but in Barberton it's even worse, because now they go to mines that are operational. Sheba Mine is still operational. Some of the mines that are owned by Barberton Mines are still operational, but they still go onto this mine and start illegal mining there. Even the Barberton Mines say that they had to retrench this year over 271 miners because of illegal activities that is happening at Barberton Mines. But also the situation is worse in SABC area, in Graskop, in Pilgrim's Rest, and also in Mbombela. In Pilgrim's Rest now is even driving tourists away, because that's a tourist town. They are mining so close to the village where people have to come and visit and come and buy products from the women that are selling there, the hawkers that are selling in Pilgrim's Rest. Is driving away even tourism in this province. So it is a huge concern, and also the police are arresting every week. You see the police saying that, on their statement saying that we have arrested 20, we have arrested 30 illegal miners across the province. Even today, while we are in court, some of the miners were still appearing that have been arrested throughout the other week were appearing in court. So the problem in Barberton and also across the province, especially in areas such as SABC, Pilgrim's Rest, and also Graskop and Mbombela, is quite huge, because people are looking for gold.
Tumelo Machogo, SABC News reporter on the illegal mining story in Mpumalanga. For now, thank you, Tumelo.